good day, students. Let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine D. Salinas, your presenter for this day. Our topic for today is all about use of hand tools. I will show you what is the definition of tools and their guides and safety procedures and their use of hand tools. So here's the definition of tools. So a tool is handheld device that aids in accomplish a task. Tools range from a traditional metal cutting parts of a machine to an element of a computer program that activates and controls particular function. So here's the preparation for the task. So first is, how do you select the best tools for the job? So first, to know and understand in the details and scope of work to be accomplished. Second, plan for the scope, taking into account the sequence of tasks. So next is selecting the best tool for each task. Required training in the proper use of the tools, field experience in their safe use, and following manufacturer guide and instruction for that specific tools. So next, but not the least, is when obtaining the tools, all the associated tools and unconsumable parts as recommended by manufacturer must be included. In the additional related consumable parts must also be selected and used according to their manufacturer's instructions. So here's the safety of using tools. So once you select, use the tools for the purpose for which is used design. Not all tools come with details instruction, but there are those that do spell out the safety. So here's the do's and don'ts for safety. If there are set up or use option operator, judgments just always be based on what is safety way to use the tools. So here's the definition of environmental safety and health programs. So here's the require the following. So tools be kept in good condition with regular maintenance. Next is the right tools be used for the job. Next is each tool be examined before use and damaged or defective tools not to be used. So next is tools be operated according to manufacturer instruction. So the next is the right protective equipment for the tools and activity to use. So here's the definition of hardware and their four categories. So to complete hardware repairs, it is important to have a toolkit that should contain all the necessary tools. As you gain experience, you will learn which tools to have available for different types of job. So hardware tools are grouped into these four categories, which is electrostatic discharge or ESD tools. Next is hard tools. Next is cleaning tools. Next is the diagnostic tool. So let me introduce what is electronic static discharge. So electricity is generated by friction on carpets, tiles, flooring, clothing, hair fabric, and etc. The friction of moving air along with charge suspends particular and cause the buildup of static electrical change on people and objects in the environment. Ground anti-static work mat used with anti-static rip wraps provide the most basic means for the controlled discharge of electrostatic electricity. So here's the example of SD tools. So here's the anti-static trap used to prevent SD damage to the computer. So here's the picture. So next is anti-static mat used to stand on place hard on to prevent static electricity from build up. So ito ay ginagamit madalas sa motherboard to prevent accident and ano siya dito, ma-prevent din yung damage kasi ang motherboard ay napaka-maselang bagay lalong-lalo na pag ginagamit siya. So next is category is hand tool. So a hand tool is device for performing works on materials or the physical system using only hands. The hands tools can be manually used, employing force for electricity power using electrical current. So I have an example of the hand tools that I will show you. So next and the first example of the hand tools is flathead screwdriver used to loosen or tighten slot screwdriver. So it is the flat screwdriver. Here's the first sample of flat screw. Ito ang kanyang sample. So next, Phillips head screwdriver used to loosen or tighten cross-head screw. So ang design niya is pa-X and this is for the screw that has an crosshead yung design ng kanilang pagkaka. So here's the Phillips head screwdriver. So next one is torque screwdriver used to loosen or tighten screw that have a star-like depression on the laps or feature that is mainly found on laptop. So these tools also madalas is nakikita siya sa mga parts ginagamit siya sa mga tools na yung mga maliliit na tools sa laptops. Yon, may mga ganon kasing tools sa maliliit. Yung ginagamit siya. So ang design niya is star-like or yung pa-star na na design. Next is hex drive, sometimes called a nut drive, is used to tighten nuts in the same way that a screwdriver tightens screws. So here's the nut drive, also used to some screw or yung mga malalaking screw. Yeah. So ang hex drive is ang design niya is bilog siya pero yung paano siya hexagon yung kanyang design. Next is needle nose pillar used to hold small parts. So ito ay ginagamit sa mga screw na may mga maliliit na parts or yung mga parts na hindi yung makuha ito yung ginagamit. So, the next is wire cutter used to strip and cut wire. So, basically, nakikita naman ito madalas sa ating bahay or mga nagagamit din ng ating mga parents. So, ito ay ginagamit for cut wires. So, next is tweezer used to manipulate small parts. So, like, katulad kanina doon sa isang dito sa needle nose filler. Isa din siyang ginagamit sa mga small parts of the computer. So Next is part retriever, used to retrieve parts from location. Those are too small of your hand to fit. So here's the example of the picture. Next is flashlight, used to light up area that cannot see well. So madalas tong ginagamit din sa computer or sa desktop. So kasi pag nag-a-assembling and disassembling, magagamit siya lalo na kapag hindi mo masyadong nakikita yung pinakailalim ng desktop. Baka may mga screw diyan na maliliit na hindi mo napapansin. So nagagamit ng flashlight. So next category is cleaning tools. So having the appropriate cleaning tools is essential when maintenance or repairing computer. So using these tools ensure that computer components are not damaged during cleaning. So here's the example of cleaning tools. Teeth clip tool, used to clean different computer components without scratching or leaving debris. So madalas nung ginagamit sa screen or then sa laptop or sa computer parts ng isang computer. So next is the compressed air, used to blow away dust and debris from different computer parts without touching the component. So madalas itong ginagamit sa keyboard and also to parts ng CPU fan para matanggal yung dumi ng isang computer. Yun, nagpapalinis siya para matanggal yung alikabok. Next is the cable tie, used to bundle cable neatly inside the outside of the computer. So here's the example of cable tie. So there are two types of cable tie, which is yung isa is thorough siya para maayos or ma-bundle ng maayos yung yung cable at hindi kasi ang lalo na sa mga computer lab, hindi pwede betting basta-basta na lang nakalagay kung saan isang cable kasi once na nagalaw yung cable, maaring magkaroon ng damage or magkaroon ng incidents doon sa computer lab. So here's the second type of cable ties. Yung etong design ng cable bundle tie. So next, part organizer, used to hold screw, jumpers, fasteners, and other small parts and prevent them from getting mixed together. So here's the example of the part organizer. So dyan nilalagay yung mga parts ng lagayan ng needle, ng screw, and other parts na pwedeng magamit sa computer. So here's the example. So the last but not the least of category is all about diagnostic tools. Computers are easily to use and more dependable with each new generation of hardware and operating system update, but that doesn't mean they're problem free. So here's the example of diagnostic. So multimeter, used to test the integrity of circuit and the quality of electrics in computer components. So madalas itong ginagamit for assembling and disassembling din to measure the computer kung maayos ba ang pag-aano ng isang electric current. So the next is look-back adapter, used to test and manufacturally of computer parts. So here's the example. So ito is ginagamit for computer. Here, ito nakita ko na to sa ginagamit siya sa likod ng parts ng desktop. And this. Then, pwede nyo din tong magamit sa projector. So next, so yun na lang pala yung last na slide. So here's the reference for this lesson. So I hope you learned something for this topic, and thank you for this topic, and God bless you.